Of course, I'm not going to do it, Bukele said during a Monday meeting with Trump in the Oval Office in response to the question about whether he would return Abrego Garcia. How can I smuggle a terrorist into the United States? I can't do it. Who am I, the president? I gotta smuggle him into? How am I gonna do it? You know, Trump's right there. He'll know. He's right there. He'll see me doing it. I can't. I'm powerless.
As members of the Trump administration today, sitting in the Oval Office, say they will defy the United States Supreme Court's order to facilitate...
And pause. Y'all know what that means, right? Constitutional crisis, where the military has to pick between the courts or the president or the executive branch. We're a third world country. This guy has crashed our markets, destroyed all of our alliances, and kept enemies. I don't know how he's done that. You guys ever watch this video?
Can be defined as a state.
United States versus the world. Who will win? We are so lucky. We're so strong. Because this might actually be a reality at this point. If we don't, aim our guns inward. And he's destroying the rule of law. And now he's going to cause basically a civil war. How does no one see how his poll numbers should be literally -20? There should be babies in the womb that have a negative approval rating of Trump right now. But yet it's like 40% still, which is insane.
El Salvador, as Trump himself says that he wants American citizens to meet the very same fate. In a photo spray today with the president of El Salvador, Nayib Bukele, Trump sitting by and smiling as Bukele claims that he has no way to return Kilmar Abrego Garcia, a father of 3 who was in the United States legally before he was deported. Trump saying instead he should be congratulated.
Congratulations. You destroyed the United States. Anyway, sending U.S. citizens to El Salvador, first of all, illegal. Can't do that. Second of all, we have prisons. Right? We have prisons. Use them. Thirdly, this is what he says about his political rivals.
I believe that CNN and MSDNC, who literally write 97.6% bad about me, are political arms of the Democrat Party. And in my opinion, they're really corrupt and they're illegal. What they do is illegal. These networks and these newspapers are really no different than a highly paid political operative. And it has to stop. It has to be illegal. It's influencing judges, and it's really changing law, and it just cannot be legal. I don't believe it's legal.
Pretty obvious to see where we're going here, right? Pretty obvious to see he's just moving the goalpost. Little by little. And then all of a sudden these radical political rivals getting sent to El Salvador.
Mr. President, you said that if the Supreme Court said someone needed to be returned, that you would abide by that. You said that on Air Force One just a few days ago. And they said that it must be facilitated.
Why don't you just say, isn't it wonderful that we're keeping criminals out of...
God, what a baby, man. What a toddler. He treats the presidency like a baby, man. He's so unprofessional. He's so weak-spined. He can't even just answer. He can't even just give a politician answer. He has to just whine like. How does anyone support such a weak baby? He's just whining all the time. How do you want a leader that just whines, man? He's so emotional when he's asked a pretty benign question. Like, it's not even like, it wasn't even an attacking question. It was like this happened, what's your response? It's not even like, how dare you let this happen? What's your response? It's just like, oh, A plus B equals C. Can I get an answer? He's such a baby.
Our country. Why can't you just say that?
Yeah, why? Why can't? Jesus
Trump's
Christ.
defiance was echoed and celebrated by his advisors in the room, who say that despite the ruling of the United States Supreme Court, the cabinet will not be working to send Kilmar Abrego Garcia home to
Yay!
the
Destruction
US
of the
with his
United
family.
States.
Attorney
Constitutional
General
crisis.
Ken
Let's
Bundy,
go.
Stephen Miller,
Exactly
and
what I wanted
Secretary
for
of State Marco
2025.
Rubio, all saying that they will not be doing anything to bring Garcia home and that they are not required to do so. They went on to accuse Abrego Garcia of being a member of the gang MS-13, completely contradicting their own lawyers who have admitted in court that there were no grounds to deport him and that his deportation was a result of, quote, an administrative error. The Supreme Court ordered
Oopsie.
last week that the U.S. government must facilitate his return.